Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my astrology channel. My name is Buket, and today I'm going to read a horary chart for you. Okay, before I start the chart, I would like to let you know that if you want to study horary with me, you can just DM me on my Instagram account. And also, if you want any session, any reading, you can DM me on my Instagram account. It's Buket Solak underline, and you can just DM me there. Okay, let's start today's chart. It's about relationship, and the query is asking what's happening to our relationship. So in each horary chart, we start with the ascendant, and ascendant ruler represents the querent. But before we go to the ascendant ruler Saturn, we need to analyze the late degree on the ascendant because there is 29 degrees Aquarius, 28-minute rising. So what does it mean? If in horary charts you see these late degrees, which is 27, 28, 29, it means that the thing you ask about is going to end soon, or there are some changes that you are unaware, or it's too late to ask this question because you can change the outcome. So we start with this and we just take a little note on it and we go to the Saturn. Saturn is at 24 degrees Aquarius, 11 minutes and retrograde. What does it mean? We always want our significators essentially dignified because it means that this planet can provide its power, it can fulfill its promise. However, this Saturn, even it is in its own sign, Aquarius, it's retrograde. The Saturn is also angular in the first house, which is another good testimony because angularity makes planets stronger, but there is a problem. So yes, Saturn ruling its own sign means that the internal feelings are strong, and also the Saturn is angular. Saturn is aware of what is going on. So this person probably knows there's something wrong because it's in its dignity, so can control what's happening. But the retrogradation makes is passive. Because when planet is retrograde, it means that there is something wrong going on environmentally, prohibits this planet to act freely. So we need to take this as a consideration. And after we say all of these about querent, let's see what's happening with the seventh house ruler, which is Quiescent. And we see that the sun is at 19 degrees Cancer, 29 minutes. And by 5-degree rule, this sun is in the sixth house of sickness, slavery, stress. So it's also, if we use derived houses, the Quiescent is in its 12th house. First of all, we can say that since the sun is querent's sixth house, the partner giving her anxiety and stress, and there is something wrong about the guy. The sun is peregrine, which means that there is no dignity, no debility, nothing in the sign. And if a planet is peregrine, means that it doesn't have any responsibility about anything because it's weakness. Plus, sixth house is a cadent house. And when a planet is in the cadent house, it means that planet has no motion. It's like a dead man at home. So we can say that the Quiescent doesn't really look that he's capable of doing anything. And since it's in its 12th house, there can be some hidden stuff going on. This person might be disappeared. This person might be just pulling himself back, not being so honest with everything he say, because 12th house is an unknown house. You don't know what's going on there. And that's why also it's not good for the body. It's about hidden enemies. It's about treasure, disaster, lies, whisperings, the things that doesn't really benefit you. Instead, the things that harm you. After we talk about the sun and its peregrination and its being in his own 12th house, let's jump to the moon. And the moon is at 21 degrees Sagittarius, 31 minutes in the angular 10th house. So again, there's a peregrination, but even the moon is peregrine, the moon is angular. And when planets are angular and when they make aspect, you see the outcome for the horary charts. Because from my experiences, if I see the planet is in angular house and there is a really close aspect, you're gonna know what's gonna happen. Like something is going to happen. Like there is an action, because angularity means action. But we still can say that, first of all, the ascendant ruler is retrograde. This is not a good testimony. It says that there's something wrong going on, and this person is aware, but somehow she can just take an action. She's kind of like confused, and she's just trying to understand what is happening right now. It also gives some confusion, like what's happening. Okay, after all, let's check the aspects, because the aspects is going to tell us what's going to happen next. So since Saturn is the slowest planet, we don't really need to check Saturn's aspects, because Saturn only can make aspect to Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and we don't really care about them because Saturn is really slow, plus Saturn is retrograde. So we can just jump to the sun directly. And the sun's next aspect, let's check. It's Neptune. And also, okay, Neptune is not really close to ascendant, but still Neptune is in the first house. And it means that Neptune is going to be the first planet to rise. What does it mean? Neptune is confusion, delusion, lies, and when there is Neptune, it's very hard to see the reality, because it can be hidden or it can be not known yet, but you're going to figure it out later. Okay, so there's like a fog. There's a fog. The querent knows something is wrong, but can't really say what is it exactly, but you're going to find out very soon. Okay, the other thing, so we were talking about the sun making an aspect, it's a trine to the Neptune, means that my partner is going to be Neptunian flavor, like he's going to touch Neptune and gonna get Neptune flavor, which means that this person cannot really tell you the truth, or he can give you more confusion, or also he can get confusion, like he can be in a situation that he cannot really control, he cannot really understand, or a bunch of lies or illusion, delusion, disappointment at the same time. Like if your partner going to hit Neptune, it means that there's a disappointment at the same time. So this person only give you disappointment and confusion. All right, let's see the moon. Moon is going to tell a lot about the chart, because moon is always the co-significator, and also moon is the undercurrent of the question and how it goes. It's like the flow of the energy. It's like all the circumstances. It's like the key point in every chart, in every horary chart. And the moon's next aspect is going to be with Venus, and it's going to be in opposition. All right, this is a thing. First of all, this Venus is ruling 8th house. 8th house is an anoretic house, and it's a destroyer. It's death house, but it doesn't really need to be a physical death. It can be the end of the situation. So we can really say that something is going to be over. And if you see also the ascendant, there's a late degree saying that it's already done. Too late to ask this question. You cannot change it. And soon you're going to figure it out what's going to happen. And in this chart, let me open this declination table because I want you to see something. So we can also use declination, parallels, and contraparallels. It also shows that the connection between the planets. And if we check the sun here, the sun is at 22 degrees 1 minute north declination. And we just see that the Venus is also there. This is something. Plus, there is Pluto also joining them. And it's the contraparallel to them. Okay, Pluto is about like hidden things, the things that you can't really control at the same time. It just happens to you. And from my experiences, like if there is that kind of story, like the Quesadit, the Venus, and the Pluto, this is a testimony that might be a hidden wife. There can be someone else, but which is not really on the stage. Also, we can say that from this Venus is in the 4th house, and 4th house is like the hidden treasure, like under the ground. Like you can tell, you can see, it's like a very private space. And this one, this declination table also supports that it can end because of someone else, another woman. And also saying that there's just 1 degree for moon to make an opposition to this Venus. So the querent is gonna find out very, very soon. So this is the chart. As you see, we used essential dignities. We used houses like angular, cadent, succedent. We also talk about retrogradation. We talk about Neptune. We talk about late degrees and Pluto and declination table and how we use it. And I give 1 degree orb for the declination. And I'm going to tell you the outcome. What happened is, after this chart, we pulled up another chart. Maybe I also make a video about that. But we figured out that this person, the Quesadit, is married for 4 years. So the late degree is explaining that you figure out, you understand something is wrong with this person because he was acting absolutely like 12th house issues, like not being honest, disappearing, replying so late, telling I'm gonna call you, not calling. And for the querent, it was really hard to reach him anytime. Like these kind of small things were already in querent's minds, but she cannot really be sure what's happening. But after we did this reading, she figured out, like she made it sure, like in legal way that she learned, she found out that, so it's proven. He was married for 4 years. And that chart explains it perfectly. But we always, of course, should be very careful about token infidelity and these kind of things. But sometimes if chart wants to tell you something, it's gonna tell you in different things, but the repeatedly. Like there's late degrees, Saturn is retrograde, even it's in the Aquarius. There is Pluto emphasize, there's Neptune emphasize, and soon the moon is going to aspect with the other lady, Venus, which means that you're going to find out what's happening. So this is a very radical chart, and the outcome was already on spot. Okay, so this was the chart. I hope you learned a lot from this chart. If you like this chart, you can leave a comment and you can subscribe. And as I mentioned, if you want to get a reading or study horary with me, you can just DM me on my Instagram account. See you later.